Hey guys, what's going on? Just kind of making sure everything is going cool. I'm gonna start talking. Let it go for a little bit. My computer likes to stop the broadcast in midway through, so if it does, I apologize, and I will try to get back. And hopefully, there's not like a f up in the thing here. But today we're gonna be talking about NXT Takeover. I said I was gonna do this. If you saw my SummerSlam predictions, if you haven't, go back and check it out. Even after you see the review, if you're seeing this after the fact, go back and see if I did any good. I probably called them kind of wrong, and all that good stuff. But let's talk about NXT. So I'm going to be blatantly honest with you guys. I haven't watched NXT for probably nearly 2 months. Nakamura left. It wasn't interesting. It just seems to be they had a transition to make in making new stars and all around. And in that time, the couple episodes I watched, the 2 or 3 episodes last episode I watched NXT, just weren't that interesting to begin with. They're transitioning Ember Moon to be the top female wrestler on NXT. I think it's going to be somewhat of a problem, but I think they just got to do it and get it over with, and then maybe move on, and maybe somebody else will be the top star. I really don't think Ember Moon is. I think she's talented. I think she's got a lot of potential. Be one of those girls, kind of like Becky Lynch, where she's kind of hard to get over and have her stay as champion. I think people will always cheer her, and I think that people will love to get behind her. But I think that there's always going to be other people besides her in the locker room that are more deserving of the women's championship than her. So I do think she's going to get overshadowed. There's this Billie Kay and Peyton Royce are just way, way, way overshadowing her right now with charisma and stuff like that. I really do think probably there's going to be another woman that's not there yet that's going to be the next big woman star. And I think until then, like I said, I don't think Nikki Cross is going to stick around that long. She's too good. She's too good to stick around in NXT. I really hope if Sanity gets called up, they all get pulled up, because I really think they're all pretty good to go. Nikki Cross has wrestled for I don't know how many years. So I think she's pretty much, I don't know. I don't think she's that new. I've seen an interview with her, and I don't think she's that new. She's decently new, but she's learned the sport very, very well. So I'm interested to see. And plus, with the women's tournament going on, there's going to be a lot of women being pulled up. So Ember Moon is definitely going to have, she has her opportunity to shine right now. And if she doesn't pull it out of her ass and it did what I told you, it's like my computer's being stupid. But if she doesn't do anything soon, and pull something out of her, ass, and show us what we can do, charisma-wise, promo-wise, everything. She's got to give us a total package, because that's usually what the big stars, the people that hold the belts, that's what they got to have. There's a pain on Paul Ellering, so they kind of get an exit with that. But they're a tag team. They're a powerhouse team, so they don't really need to talk per se. But I think there's going to come a time when they are going to talk, and people are going to listen. So I think they're booking the Office of Pain very correctly. So let's get to the card. Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. All I know is this is pretty much a blood feud. Whatever, you know what I mean? It's a big feud building in the undercard. Aleister Black and Hideo Itami have had things go back and forth. And Hideo Itami, I thought was injured at one point, but evidently is not. If he gets injured again, I think he's done. I don't think they're going to deal with it. I almost wonder if WWE are making him work through like an injury or something. I kind of wonder that, because I've heard he was injured and now he's not injured, so I'm kind of weirded out about that. I kind of wonder if he is like somewhat injured, but they're just like, hey, deal with it, or we're going to let you go. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like he was injured and now he's not. So how does that work? Unless Aleister's going to put him out somehow and he disappears. But Hideo needs to come to the main roster and get it done with. So at least he can make his debut, and then if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. But let him come up to the main roster, do what he's got to do. I honestly think Hideo's going to get stuck at 205 Live. I don't think he should, but I think he will until he can get his health, in order. I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen to Hideo Itami. I hope something better comes of it. I think he could do a lot on the main roster. There's just too many people up there. I think that's what it is. But Hideo Itami, Aleister Black, like I said, I don't think they have anything for Hideo Itami. I don't think they know what to do with Hideo Itami. Because one, like I said, he keeps getting injured. WWE likes people that continually gets injured. I wouldn't either, because you never know if they're going to be healthy or not. So Aleister Black he's going to win this match. There's no way he's going to lose this match. Johnny Gargano versus Almas Cedrio, Almas, whatever the hell his name is. I'm not sure who's going to win this one. And I watched Steven Larson, and I try not to side with either side, but they were kind of split on it too, and I'm not really sure. But here's my thing. They mentioned, and I thought to myself, the opposite of what Steve was bringing up. Steve was bringing up that, or Larson was bringing up the fact that Johnny has to be built up to be this big star, because what Ciampa said something about, like, why he turned on him, because he thought he was going to become a big star. He didn't want him to be a big star while he was gone. And I think it's going to be the opposite way around. He's not going to be a big star. And they mentioned that, but they said, well, what if it's the way around? That's the only thing they said. But before they said that on Going in Raw, I thought about that same thing, because they were talking about how he had to be a star. He was afraid, Ciampa was afraid of him being a star. I think I said it's going to be the opposite way. He's going to lose. So I have a feeling that Almas is finally going to get his victory. And the reason why I think this as well too is Almas is put over like almost anybody they put in front of him. Probably they went to him and, will you put this guy over? Yeah. And he's put over tons of talent, but he hasn't been given like a big push, a big match win. I hope that doesn't stop the thing. There's like I accidentally spit on the thing. Anyways. But yeah, I think this is the time for Almas to get a feud going. This may be the interim feud that Gargano gets before he gets to Ciampa. I think Almas could, we all know he can wrestle. We all know he's a good worker. And he can wrestle. He can wrestle in the ring. He can do a lot of things. And given the opportunity with the right guy, like we talk about, he's a great wrestler and everything like that. So, well, must go out there and prove to the fans and to the WWE Universe, NXT Universe, whatever you want to call it, that he can hang with the big boys and have a great match and have Almas come on top. Have this happen the next Takeover as well, kind of match. Gargano gets this close the second time, and he loses again. And then Ciampa's going to have to return at some point. So, I would assume that maybe after next Takeover, Almas wins, and Gargano gets attacked by Ciampa after that match, after he loses or whatever. So I can see that happening. So like I said, I don't think Gargano's going to walk out the winner here. Tag Team Championship, Authors of Pain versus Sanity. I think Sanity is going up. There's so many people talking about Asuka and Sanity going up. Whether they are going up or not, I have no idea. We'll talk about that in a moment. I think Authors of Pain, I don't think they're losing the belts anytime soon. I don't think they're going up the main yet. I don't see them staying much longer, though. That's what I'm seeing. So I like the addition of the new tag teams. But I think after WrestleMania, I would not be surprised to see Authors of Pain show up on the main roster. I don't think they're going to be there much longer because Paul Ellering is there. And I hope Paul Ellering sticks around. Which would be interesting is if he took High Voltage under his wing, like the next big monster team, and to kind of work with them. But I don't think that would really work. I think they need a babyface manager because I think not High Voltage, Heavy Machinery. There we go. High Voltage was a great tag team as well. Anyway, if anybody remembers High Voltage, you have to give a comment down below. But anyways, Heavy Machinery based team. They're kind of more of probably going to be a squash team if they get brought up, which I would assume that maybe it wouldn't take too long for them. But see, if they brought them up, they could push the Ascension a little further along and book the Ascension correctly. They put them on SmackDown. So put Heavy Machinery on SmackDown. You got a jobber tag team. There you go. You need a jobber tag team on Raw that just comes out. Kind of like the Headbangers. They brought them back for SmackDown. Bring them back for Raw. Make them be jobbers or something. I'm sure Headbangers wouldn't care. They get paid that moolah. You know, we need some people that you just know they're going to lose. You know, Ascension shouldn't be one of them. They're too good. They're too good. Anyways, tag team Germany, yeah, Others of Pain are going to win. I don't know how it's going to. I'm sure it's going to be a good match. It's going to be, I think, Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf's, I think, going to be the tag team facing them, what they announced. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if anybody gets involved. All that jazz. And like I said, I haven't been following. I've been kind of watching Steven Larson's Going in Raw when they talk about NXT, and that's really the only way I'm hearing about what's going on with NXT. It just hasn't really, like I said, thrilled me to watch it, or I haven't had the time to want to sit down and watch it. I was going to watch I think I watched this past week's NXT. Not this week's NXT, last week's NXT. So not the week before SummerSlam. I didn't watch that one. Should have watched this one because I heard it was a pretty good one, actually. And I may watch it possibly like next week before I watch the other one, just to see it. It kind of pointless then. That's a let fireworks off. Anyways, women's tag team match, Asuka versus Ember Moon. This is the big one because some people think that Asuka's going to drop the belt here, and then she's going to show up. And if she drops the belt, more than likely she's going to end up showing up on Raw or SmackDown. She'll probably end up on Raw, to be quite honest, because it's getting kind of stale. They need somebody to shake it up. They need somebody to show up and say, hey, I want my title shot. And who knows, Alexa Bliss may be the girl to drop the belt to Asuka. Asuka could come in as a big, huge baby face and then turn in the middle of her title reign. Or guns a-blazing and Alexa Bliss could turn baby face and Asuka just destroy her. And then Alexa has to work her way back up again. But they're already kind of pushing Bayley as the huge baby face. So maybe Bayley's going to be the one to finally beat Asuka and tell that story at WrestleMania, possibly, of how things can happen. If she ends up on SmackDown, it'd just be convoluted because Charlotte Flair is there, Becky Lynch is there, Naomi's there. Who else is there that's really good? Tamina's going to start working toward that world championship. So I don't really know. It comes to a point when you have too many women on the main roster, which kind of sets me to believe that possibly they're thinking about doing a women's promotion. But then what are they going to do with the main belts in the WWE? Are they going to, kind of slim it down and send certain people off to the new women's promotion? That's what I'm kind of wondering about. Like, what's going to happen after the women's tournament? Are they going to sign any of them? TV? Or are they going to let them just linger backstage all the time? Or are they actually going to do a promotion? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Because I can see, like, some people getting rotated through, and that would be a good, kind of system to use for the women's division. It's kind of like, people, keep Sasha and Bayley, Charlotte, Becky, keep them on TV. But people who have been, like, consistently around and they know that they're not going to get used, send them off to kind of help make that new roster, and the time Natalya go over there and crown like a new, like, kind of women's championship over there as well on that show, and do that. And then everyone else kind of rotate people around that maybe they'll have some kind of tournament on that show. The winner gets to go to the main roster to a champion they're choosing or something like that. They could do something like that. But I see Ember Moon winning the championship. I'm going to say my prediction is that I honestly think we're going to get Asuka going away, and we're going to get Sanity showing up. I don't think they're going to be on the same shows, though, so I can almost guarantee you that I would hope Sanity would go to Raw, and I would hope Asuka would go to SmackDown, but I don't want Asuka to go to SmackDown. I kind of hope they show up both on Raw, because Raw needs something to make it more exciting, and if both of them showed up on Raw, holy crap, would be amazing. Asuka joins Sanity. How would that work, though, with Nikki Cross and her being on the same team? I don't know. Maybe they put Asuka in Sanity and leave Nikki Cross in NXT. That wouldn't work. They usually don't do that, so I doubt it. That'd be interesting. The NXT World Championship, Drew McIntyre gets a shot at Bobby Roode. I don't think Bobby Roode's dropping the belt this soon. Here's the problem with all these guys in NXT. What is the plan for NXT? We're so many guys. This is a problem that I think that they have right now. There's so many main event talent. The roster is so deep right now that, and what I mean by deep is that there are so many people legitimately on the roster that could contend for the world championship, and nobody would have a problem with it. The problem with it is that they've got all these people laying in waiting in NXT that could come up at any moment. And it's like, where are you going to put them? So if Drew ends up going to the main roster, Aleister Black does the main roster, where are they going to go? Like, what are they going to do with them? It's beginning to be a problem. Like, it's a good problem to have, but I can almost see, and I've been saying this for a while now, when is SmackDown going to go to 3 hours? It's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, by 2020, by the beginning of that year, I guarantee you SmackDown will be 3 hours. If it's not 3 hours, then we have a third brand. And it's probably going to be on the network. Maybe it's going to air on Fridays or something. I have no idea. Because they've got, right now, as it stands, they have Raw on Monday, SmackDown on Tuesday, NXT on Wednesday, 205 Live on Tuesday, so the second part. Nothing else at the moment. GFW is on Thursday, I believe. Friday, there's nothing going on. So the only thing I can think of is they put wrestling on Thursday. Or they put another promotion on Wednesday. But usually Wednesday is the day they do the like the bonus things. Like they put them either after or before NXT. I think it's usually after NXT. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with everybody coming up. And there's going to be something happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Steve Larson talked about stuff that could happen. In my head, something is going to happen to where I think Roderick Strong is kind of being put into this. But I think Roderick Strong is going to try and do something. But in the end, it's going to cost Drew the match, and then it's going to build to Drew and Roderick Strong having a feud. Maybe Drew's going to turn heel, and they're going to feud, and then that leaves Bobby open to probably whoever's going to show up. Possibly Adam Cole may show up. Possibly Kyle O'Reilly might show up. I think if they push Kyle O'Reilly right out the gate, then that would be amazing. But Bobby Fish, they've already shown was horrible and jobbing him out. But then again, they kind of jobbed Bobby Fish out before in Ring of Honor when I've seen him wrestle. So that's why it was kind of surprising when they gave him the TV title. When he beat Tomorrow Ishii or whatever for the TV title, it kind of shocked me that he won the belt there because I'm like, why did he beat him for the championship? Because Ishii beat Roderick Strong, which then he left. Roderick Strong, I think, wrestled him again on ROH TV. But then Ishii faced Bobby Fish and got beat. So in my mind, I'm like, why is this guy that lost a bunch of times in singles action that I keep watching, he beat him for the TV title? I'm like, but, you know, Bobby Fish is a pretty good wrestler, too. So it's kind of surprising that they jobbed him out to Aleister Black. But they're pushing Aleister Black really strong right now. And Bobby Fish will probably get his time in the sun. Come soon. So, but as far as the World Championship, yeah, Bobby Roode ain't leaving. He ain't losing the belt yet. He ain't going to main. I see Bobby Roode probably another WrestleMania contender. That him and Authors of Pain will probably be up after WrestleMania. I don't see Bobby leaving. I don't see him staying there much longer just because of his age. But Nakamura is kind of older too. The thing about most of the wrestlers in WWE is I was looking at ages the other day, is that most of the wrestlers, their big main eventers right now, are in their late 30s, early 40s. So they're pretty up there. Like AJ Styles, I thought I looked up, was like 43 or something. So he's got really, really like not much time left. Like he could get injured at any moment and not be able to wrestle again. Like a lot of these wrestlers are older, and they're just the way wrestling is today. Their career could be done in an instant. One messed up move and it could be done. That's what was kind of scary with John Cena the other night, a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown. Nakamura did that move. It could have been it, and then Nakamura would have had the stigma all over him in WWE, and it probably would have been bad behind the scenes, and they probably wouldn't have sent him packing because of it, which would have been horrible for the company, I think, as a whole, because they're trying to build this national product, and John Cena's taking him. Which, first of all, let's just talk about this for a moment before we go back to NXT. Is that John Cena, huge megastar? If he knew how to take the move, wouldn't he have went over this spot? That's what makes me think if it was a work and they actually like told him, hey, do this, you'll be fine. So it made me think if they dropped him on his traps. And it just looked like they dropped him on his neck. But really, he dropped him on his traps. But the way the camera angle was, it looked like it dropped him on his head. I don't know. I think he literally got dropped on his head, though. I think he was supposed to land a certain way, and maybe Nakamura was trying to kind of like maybe AJ or somebody tell John in the back, and it just didn't get across to him. Or he was like, oh, yeah, I can do that. I don't know. You thought they would have practiced it somehow, like on very big, good padding or something before they went and did it in this match. I think like if they either going to do those kind of moves in WWE, they really, really need to practice them, so they're not going to screw it up and they're going to do it correctly. But I know in the heat of the moment, like I would think that if like this was Kevin Owens, Jinder Mahal, it wouldn't happen. Nothing like that would have happened. Because one, like they wouldn't trust them because they're going to hurt each other, and they've had a history of injuring people, or maybe they're not as trusted as some of these other people. But Nakamura is Nakamura, and John Cena is John Cena. And if they're talking about doing some move in the middle of the match to make the crowd go, ooh, they're going to do it because it's freaking John Cena. It's freaking Nakamura. They're going to do stuff to make you go, ooh, So let's talk about NXT. The show looks like it's going to be pretty good. 5 matches on the card. They usually don't do a whole lot of matches, which was kind of surprising. I thought there was another match or on the card as well. The Ruby Riott versus... No, that happened on the thing before. But no fireworks over here. Anyways, there you go. I don't know what else to say really about NXT. Like I said, the product's been kind of weird lately. I just started watching it again after taking a break for a time. I really want to start watching Ring of Honor again. I don't know why, but NXT seems to have taken a lot of stars from Ring of Honor. That's why I kind of want to go back to watch Ring of Honor so I can learn about some of the other new guys that are coming along in the company. I know Cody is the world champ right now, or he was. I could be wrong about that by now. Who knows? But they tape their things kind of weird. I don't know. Ring of Honor is weird. In New Japan, I've been trying to watch it. Their tape schedule is weird. They're putting out like really like 2-year-old matches on their thing, and then like the next week they're putting out new matches. I'm like confused. I'm like, what are we doing? At least put them out in some kind of order, or tell us what you're going to put out ahead of time. It's just crazy. Like put out part 1. I don't know. They're weird. These new wrestling companies. I wish they would just. I don't know. And it rests the case that WWE should reach out to these companies and go, hey, well, I know we're competition, but competition won't make us better. They know this is true. What I would love to see them do is go, hey, New Japan, we know you're struggling with your on-demand service. Some people are liking it, but some people are not. Why don't we give you a spot on the network and charge them a premium to get your content? And then all we got to do is pay a premium to add the New Japan stuff to the network. I mean, I think they're about the same price as WWE. Pretty sure. So, I mean, why not, for $10 more, you can get the New Japan library on the network, and they add like a shit ton of New Japan stuff to the thing. Same thing with Ring of Honor. Hey, Ring of Honor, we know a lot of your stars are currently in our company. Why don't we cut you a deal? $10 a month. People can add that to what they are now. We add tons of your content to the network, and there you go. So, I mean, if you think about it, even if they said, let's start with the first 5 years of Ring of Honor, that would probably give you Punk, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles probably is in there. Daniel Bryan. Did I mention Daniel Bryan? Seth Rollins might be in the first 5 years. But I know, like, when the first 5 years of Ring of Honor, it's probably a lot. I mean, whatever the tape footage, a lot of the wrestlers that aren't really there anymore. I mean, minus the Briscoe brothers, because they've been there for like ages, and nobody wants to take a chance on them. Which I can see WWE getting an interest in them probably in the next 5 years. So we'll see what happens. I honestly think Jay Briscoe may get a contract before the tag team does, in my opinion, because I think Jay would be like, yeah, I want to make money. And Mark would be like, what about me, bro? What about me, boy? And Jay would be like, I don't know. I will make some money, man. Go chicken hunting all day long with all that money. Anyways, we have a viewer. Hey. Anyway, one viewer in the middle of the night. I can't see. I'm new at this. Yeah, he left anyway. Or she left. Whatever. Somebody left. But anyways, for you guys that caught the end of this, or if you came in the middle of this, whatever you're reviewing, hope you guys enjoyed the content. More wrestling stuff coming your way. I've got CCW stuff with the dice game. I've also got 2DW, that game, a little stupid game I'm doing. I don't think I've even uploaded the first video of that. It'll be coming soon, probably this week. I'll upload it to the channel, and I'll start doing that. I have the charts and stuff ready. You'll understand when you watch the video. You're not understanding right now if I tell you this right now. That both of them, a piece of paper. I had to write all these wrestlers' names down. I explained it in the first video. I think I did a pretty good job explaining it in the first video and crowning the first ever World Heavyweight Champion in 2DW, which was, spoiler alert, not who you're going to think. Let me just say, they were, I'll give you a little hint. They were in the Cruiserweight Classic. Yeah. It's just some kind of weird dice game that I play that revolves around the number 6. If I roll 6, they win. And some crazy thing I did when I was younger and stuff, and I did this whole huge tournament. I recorded it, rolling dice and yelling out who I was rolling it first. First, you have to roll it on a name or write it down. And I had this bracket. I think it was like 16 guys was in it. And then at the end of it, a guy from the Cruiserweight Classic ended up winning the World Championship. And I'm like, really? And let me tell you this. It's not who you think it's going to be. Take like the top 4 names, and it's not them. TJP? No. Noam Dar? Nope. Kota Ibushi? Nope. Zack Sabre Jr.? Not him. Keep naming. Probably once you get to about the 18th person, that's probably it. I'm probably going to stop the video on accident. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the content. NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3, they're making a big deal about it. I saw Sam Roberts is going to be on the pre-show, so I'm excited with that. There's my predictions. Hope you enjoyed the predictions. I think there might be another match added. Maybe there's going to be another bonus match added, because I thought they sometimes have bonus matches. You're wrong. I'm probably wrong. I know they usually do video packages, but they're doing it. Seems like they're making a big deal about this because it's the 3rd time they've been here to Brooklyn. Supposedly, like, Sasha Banks was supposed to be there, and Charlotte and Bayley. I don't know. They made a big deal. Like, some past NXT stars were going to be there in attendance, or they're probably just going to be in the crowd or something. It's going to be probably something stupid, unless they're going to do something in the ring and like have a presentation, and then maybe Asuka comes down and gets into it with some of the, like, Sasha or whatever, and then shows up on Raw. I don't know. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal. I don't need to tell you guys. I don't need to tell you guys what to do. You guys know what to do on YouTube. I'm not the first video seen. I know I'm doing this shtick at the end of a lot of videos. Hey, it is. You've been here before. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Keep rocking and keep on watching the wrestling. And watch as I struggle to stop the broadcast.